At first I installed a pair of these to share internet with my parents about 1,000 feet away, clear loss. I mounted the first in my attic and theirs on a pole outside. At the 40 mHz airMax on setting, it caused all kinds of errors. I turned off airMax and lowered the BW to 20 mHz and the link worked pretty reliable. I found time to mount mine outside. Now I am using the 40 mHz BW with airMax and the link is perfect. Awesome devices for the price. Effectively, this setup allowed my parents to cancel their internet service, saving them $50 a month. I have two NanoStation locoM2 deployed along with a NanoStation M2 dual port unit configured as a bridge. There is a NanoStation locoM2 on the campground acting as a local access point, AP, and the NanoStation M2 dual port bridges the local AP network traffic down the swamp 800 feet away to another NanoStation loco which is connected to a switch/router on the internet. The entire mashup works great and lets me make Wi-Fi calls on my hybrid phone from the boondocks where cell coverage is 1 bar or less, plus write this review from my campsite. They all run on Power over Ethernet units by Ubiquiti. I used the more robust PO for the 2-unit deployment on the swamp tower. Once the internet side of the link fell over and got several hours of torrential rain in the NanoStation locoM2. The link went down, and I shook lots of water out of the unit. I thought it was fried, but in 2 days it dried out and recovered back into operation. I got 2 of these to bridge my network to my parents next door. It works. Total distance between the units is about 40 yards, and there are 4 interior walls and 2 brick walls between. I get full strength signal. Setup was a bit tricky. I had to set up static IPs and set one unit as AP and other as station with bridging mode on. Problem is that after setting the static IPs, I cannot access the setup software via the new IP or the original IP. It worked, so I didn't even bother figuring out why. If something happens, it'll have to factory reset and go again. That is the only reason for 4 stars instead. These are so small they hide away very easily. Love Ubiquiti products. They just work and keep working. I set up a pair of these at my church's offices. They had a second building with no conduit or a way to get internet access to the building, so I put a couple of these on the roof and it has been running great for a few months. We had some very heavy rain also and that didn't seem to do anything to the signal. I used this to beam the internets over to my parents' house, and it works great. Seriously though, I bought 2 of these. I placed one at my house and the other at my parents' house across the street. I won't go into detail on my exact technical setup, but essentially they are acting like there is a physical cable going between our 2 houses. Click link in description for more reviews.